Hello, Thrawn1 here again. I'm here to talk to you about what Steam is doing. If you recently logged into Steam, you will have seen that basically they're going to revolutionize what Steam computing can do, and I think they are. I think they're going to do something very good that means PC gamers are going to be closer to normal PC gamers, people on consoles. But I think they're also doing something that doesn't make a lot of sense. Let me explain. First things first, Steam Controller is coming in November. Now, this thing has gone through a few iterations, and I still love it. I still think the idea of totally customizable, customizable controller is brilliant. For COD players, it would be absolutely amazing, and I want to play games like that on this controller. And I hope people like Origin sit up and listen and go, okay, we've got to give you support for the Steam controller, because Steam is pretty much the top dog in PC gaming. We know a lot about the Steam controller. It's not that much of a big surprise. Let's move on to the next thing. Steam Link. This was a fucking surprise, but a good one. Steam Link is around 50 quid. Well, 49.99 in dollars. Well, I'd say around 50 quid in the UK. Basically, it links your home network and streams your games. Brilliant. I think it would work well with the Steam controller. I think they've got a good idea. Now, what do you mean by stream games? Well, say I'm downstairs and I want to stream a game from my upstairs computer. Well, it does. It basically streams it downstairs through wireless. But here is the big full-rounded but. I won't see many people playing TF2 with this. This is not a multiplayer kind of game system. You're talking single-player relaxation kind of things like Skyrim, things like that. You're not going to see people playing Let's Plays with it unless they've got a really clever setup, and I don't think. You play it on the PC. The next thing that they showed us was Steam Machine. Well, we know what Steam Machines are. Let's move on. Steam Machine is basically the Steam OS, basically a Linux derivative. Nothing really that clever. Now, Steam VR. Steam VR is being made in partnership with HTC, people who make those phones. I've never actually held one in my hands, but apparently they're quite good phones. I don't know. Steam VR, a VR headset, is an interesting way of making something else that isn't the Sony, isn't the Oculus, and basically getting into that market. Apparently Apple was going to get into that market, but I think they're a bit late. Frankly, my view on VR is we tried it once. It's not... I don't think it's going to work. I know a lot of people have been saying that they've made their games VR. Well, I think Half-Life 2, no, Team Fortress 2 is VR compatible. Yeah, that does not surprise me one bit. What does surprise me is that they've linked up with HTC to build the VR headset. Strange pairing, but not unexpected. Do I think the VR headset, Steam VR, is going to be any good? I can't say. I really cannot say. It could be good, it could be rubbish. Half a dozen of one, half a dozen of the other. You gotta think about it. It's I don't know. The idea has never really, in my view, enthused me or made me smile or anything. With most PC ideas, they've got a good point. With things like Oculus, Steam VR and the Sony thing, I really think it's not going to work. Because, to be brutally honest, the idea of having a bigger screen in front of your eyes, that's brilliant. If you're having a bigger screen, say you've got a 20-inch screen like I've got in front of me right now, then you just whack it up to a 64 inch plasma with minimal cost by using this technology. That would be brilliant. But games design has to change, and it isn't changing just yet. And also, I think you cannot play things like hardcore things like Counter-Strike Go with a Steam VR machine headset. I would not want to do it. It's not something that I'd say is good. There's no point in playing a strategy game with it at all. There is really no point. There's a lot of point. There is a huge amount of interest in my view if somebody said, we're going to put more races on this because it has Steam VR. If somebody like Forza, who is owned by Microsoft, said, okay, we're going to expand to the Xbox can have it, but also the Windows PC can have it after a bit of lag. Yeah, I think that's brilliant. I think 3D realization of a cockpit for something like a fighting game, a dogfighting game, or a cockpit for a starfighter, or basically the driving seat. Yeah, that is something that I want to see. I really do. I want to see what people can do with Steam VR. But I'm not going to say it's going to be a success. Oculus is a nice toy. Sony hasn't even done anything really with it, with their new product yet. And HTC and Steam have just released Steam VR. I don't know. I really don't know. It could be a waste of time as far as I'm concerned. Literally a big waste of time. And that's something I don't really want Steam to do. I think Steam Link, I think they're onto a winner there. If you've got a cheap, I wouldn't say cheap, but a reasonably priced product that basically means you can sit on the couch with your bigger TV playing your computer games, you're going to get fans of that. And can you blame them? Now, here is something I think they could do with Steam Link. Steam Link and Steam Controller, if they can get the bandwidth in the home internal server, we're not talking over different houses here. If you can get the bandwidth to use two controllers, two Steam controllers, split screen. I know it's silly, but split screen. Why not? What is the point? For God's sakes, I think there is a game coming around about right now. I think it's around the latest version of Resident Evil, I believe. Sorry, I'm gonna have to look this up. I cannot for the life of me. Well, perhaps it's in the news section. Sorry, you're gonna hear some clicking for a minute. Game PC gaming expanding. Yeah. Yes, Resident Evil Revelations 2. That recently got a split screen, not a split screen, but a co-op mode on a single PC. That was modded in by somebody who actually owned the game before the actual people who own the actual franchise could, which, bravo. That's the thing where I think Steam Link could be incredible. I think that's where we are talking could be a competitor to a Xbox 360 or a PS4. You buy a powerful work computer, as in a computer that works and works hard. You buy a Steam Link, you got a gaming system in 2 rooms. Can you really blame anyone? Now, if EA and Origin are sensible, they will support Steam Link. They will support Steam Controller. They don't have to support anything else. I don't think they should. Well, if they want to support Steam VR, that's totally their beef. They can work out with Steam. But I hope they support Steam Link. I hope they support Steam VR. No, not Steam VR. Steam Controller. They'd be stupid not to. They really would. I think it would be the worst decision that Origin and EA would ever make, let alone destroying Maxis. If you saw my previous video, you'll understand what I mean. Steam Controller has been coming on for a long time. I'm interested. I really am interested, and I want to see what they do with it. I like the idea of Steam Link. I really do. Unfortunately, it's not really advisable for me. There's no real point because my TV is right over there, and I've got an HDMI cable that's just going straight into the TV, so I can watch movies. So, yeah, I don't know. Steam Link is going to be good. Steam Controller is going to be good. Steam machines, nobody's going to buy them. Nobody's going to buy them. Creating Steam boxes, in other words, a cheap PC with Steam OS on it, that's possible. Yeah, that is definitely possible. So, Steam Controller, yes. Steam Link, hell yes. Steam machines? Steam VR, not even going to bother. I'm not even going to touch it. Unless they have a demo somewhere. Unless there's a demo thing that you can... well, you can't really demo a piece of hardware, but if somebody like PC World says, yeah, here, have this. See what this does. That would be very interesting. So, thank you for watching this rather long video on Steam's new vision for PC gaming. If you like the video, please subscribe. I do PC gaming videos 98% of the time. Other videos are rants. So, thank you very much. Goodbye.